Shush, guys.
Passed out, trapped here in my room. No trace left here of you. Cold call, another person or two. Seems like I'm the only one home. Aligned with the sun, shadows on everyone. No reason to run, hide out inside. Just stay at home, so lost and alone. Be here, unknown, don't tell a soul. Bad taste, can't seem to get it out. Blank space where you shut my mouth. Filled yours with love to spit it out. I thought we wanted the same thing. Trust me, it's alright. Goodbye, now let me try to sleep. But don't care to say goodnight. It would be a lie, another fleeting dream. Trust me, it's alright. Goodbye, you never meant anything. You mean nothing to me. Just stay at home, so lost and alone. Be here, unknown, don't tell a soul. Been so down since you
Just trying to download some new software, Sarthak. I'll have you know.
stay safe at home, so lost and alone.
Hello, fraudsters. Welcome to another installment of Touchline Talk. Apologies for being slightly late. One of my cameras wasn't working and I wasn't sure why. And then I realized that it's because it wanted to do an update as I was like trying to go live, and then I tried to do it and it wasn't working. So Windows 10, shush. So that's why that happened. But don't worry, it's all good. We're here now. A lot has happened in the last couple of weeks, and a lot has happened today. Of course, I'm referring to the Erling Haaland contract extension, the incredibly cheeky 115-month situation. We'll also be talking about just general signings as well. Jeremy Doku go 11. Don't you worry. But I can't do a talk about signings every single time because we've already spoken about. Because I literally did a video about Kusanov, so I don't know how much more I can say about him. I'm working on a Marmage video. I'll be working on a Hayes video. If we sign in, Cambiasso, this Juve fullback, then I'll do a video on him as well. Don't worry. But the key event from today is obviously that Haaland contract extension. So we'll be talking about that, and we'll also just be having like a general chat. How do we think about it? And maybe just ramifications in respect of the 115 situation as well. Is there any relevance, or is it all a load of hokum? As I say, all of that and more as you are coming into the show. Please leave a like on the video. It's free. It does really help. If you want to purchase something which is actually physical and which will provide you with lovely joy, you can get one of these beautiful Bold Fraud posters. The link is in the pinned comments. In fact, if I can make that a fade, can't I? Like my hair. Wait. Look at that. That goes away nicer, doesn't it? There we go. Lovely. Start the stream. Brilliant. Big up to you, Herbal. The redemption arc's going to be legendary. Why do you want to keep a League 2 striker? Great question. No, I'm actually all right. I'm fine. I'm a bit tired, but apart from that, I'm fine. Big Earl for the next 115 months. Get in. Hello, Nob. Hello, Staffy, mate. 15 days left. Yeah, we're only halfway through. There's still time. The midfielder's coming, says Supreme. I hope so. But the one in the background got me thinking, where's the best place to buy signed player jerseys at? Oh, that one. Well, I got that one from eBay, and I then paid someone to put it in a frame. So best place for signed jerseys, I don't know about like a specific website for signed stuff. eBay might be a best bet, I guess. Or yeah, I guess, but I don't know, to be honest. I'm not sure. As I said, I got that one from eBay. Haaland's contract's the 5th longest contract in football history. It's mental. It's, 9.5 months is so funny. It's so bizarre. Now, there will obviously be a release clause in there. I think that it gets activated not until 2029, though. Obviously, like, if the charges happen, then there'll be a different conversation there, because then you could argue that the contract's not valid, therefore he can leave. But let's assume that that doesn't happen for a moment. Then it means that on paper, Haaland's going to be here until 2034. How old is he now? Is he 24 years old? So he would be here from 22 through to 34, which is insanity, isn't it? So he'd be here for like 12 years. That is mental, to be honest. And it's just so funny because, as soon as we signed him, we couldn't even enjoy having him at the club before numerous news articles came out saying, and of course, how long will he stay at the club for? It's inevitable. How long until he moves to Real Madrid? How long until he moves to Barcelona? And that was before he'd even played a game for us. So all those Spanish news outlets are going to have to firm that and hold that, because he's staying here until 2034 as things stand. We'll see, but it looks like he's going to be spending his best years with us at a minimum. So every single news outlet who kept reporting that before he'd even played a game for us, suck on that. Firm that. Firm this extension. Like that. Knobheads. Not letting us enjoy nice things. Talking about signings is better than remembering our losses. True. 150 months, yeah, that's mad. He's going to go down as one of the best City players ever, says Football Mad. 100%. Well, look, let's be Frank Lampard for a moment here, ladies and gentlemen. How many Premier League goals does he have right now? I think it's 79, but let's double check. All-time stats. He's not currently the Golden Boot leader, is he? No, Salah's 2 ahead of him. What a bastard. He needs to get that 3rd Golden Boot in a row. Has that ever been done before? I feel like it hasn't. So he's on 79 goals right now. And we want him to eclipse Shearer's 260. So even if we're being pretty conservative about the amount of goals he's going to score, I think it's pretty fair to say that, 30 a season, and that's conservative, by the way, for someone like Haaland, because there's definitely some seasons where he'll get more than that. It's only inevitable. It's only a matter of time until he breaches 40 Premier League goals in a season. That is just going to happen. So it's currently on 79. So let's say that he gets another. Again, I'm going to be really conservative and say that he only gets 11 more goals from now to the end of the season. So that would put him up to 90 goals in 3 seasons. So yeah, we're averaging 30 in that case. That'd be 90. So 120. So 120, 150, 180, 210, 240. So what is that? Within 6 seasons from now, within 6 years from now, he'll have broken that record. And that's me being incredibly conservative with that, because again, there's going to be some seasons where he gets 35, maybe even 40. This is a relatively bad-ish year for City, but with the signings we're making, it seems to be that maybe there's more of a focus to get Haaland more involved. This potential with this Cambiasso deal, for example. So it's surely only a matter of time before Shearer's record's broken, and if he's staying here until 2034, then he's clearly going to get over 300 goals, isn't he? Bar any ridiculous injuries, that is just going to happen. He's not only going to break Shearer's record, he will almost definitely smash it. That is for sure. In which case he'll have to go down as surely the greatest Premier League striker in the Premier League history. If we get it right, he should also be a player who wins a multiple Ballon d'Ors. We'll obviously have to win the Champions League in those seasons, but there's no doubt that if we do it properly, we've got the best striker in the world on our hands, we need to be getting him some Ballon d'Ors. So that's exciting as well. I've not seen this. Supreme, has anything been confirmed? Is Cambiasso worth 50 million, says Football Forever? I'm still yet to do my proper scouting of him, but I think the answer to that is yes. I've been quite hard and impatient on the club as a whole, says Herbal. The board, Pep, but I must say this is amazing work. The rebuild is on, yeah, and we'll get to that in a moment, but you're absolutely right. City, the stepping stone, yeah, that was frustrating, man. So the same when Pep joins, says David, very good point. Yes, exactly. Share a record. We're coming for you. Big up to you, Mad Hatter. How's my Friday been? It's been very good, mate. Thank you. Because I got the news about this extension. Matty, I'm actually working on that video now, and I'll be working on it more after this stream. Ideally, I want to get it out at the absolute latest on Monday. I don't think he's going to play for us this weekend, so the video will come out before his debut, hopefully on the Monday, so a week after the Kusanov video, and then straight after that, I haven't even started working on the Hayes video yet, Spartacus, I'm afraid. Hayes, unless we make any more mental signings, that will be after Marmouche. I feel like I need to do Marmouche first of all, and then Hayes, but then we'll see what happens. If Cambiasso happens, then I probably need to prioritise that one, because I think that might be more of a ready-to-go sort of player. But we shall see. We shall see. Either way, they're all coming out. I might even do an Echeverry one in Feb, if you guys would like to see that, after the dust has settled on the transfer window. Maybe I'll do an Echeverry one as well. But don't worry, there will be a video for every single player. Tranquilo. Patience. It's all good. It'll be worth the wait. I don't want to rush it and be rubbish. The Kusana video, a lot of work went into it, and it paid dividends. You know, over 50,000 views, which is crazy. So that's very exciting times. Very exciting times. In his primary game, 40 goals, yeah. There you go. He's coming for the Jimmy Greaves record. There you go. If worse comes to worse, he need players at his level 100%. Yeah, we need to sign big boys. We need to sign big boys. Of course we do. Pep said he will get prime KDB. Well, we need to deliver that to him, don't we? Don't we? Yeah, so this window is insane, isn't it? You know, and just even this season, I mean, obviously, it's not gone very well on the pitch as things stand, but I'm going to do a tweet about this, I think, depending on what happens towards the end of the transfer window. But this would be, if certain things happen, this would be the best, worst season ever, I think. Or you know, one of the best, worst seasons ever. Because we've got a Pep extension, got a Haaland extension, we've got two young, exciting centre-backs with Kusanov and Hayes. We have got a very exciting, versatile forward in Omar Marmouche. We've got potentially a fullback coming in. There's potentially a midfielder coming in. I do still think that needs to happen, but that's exciting. And there's potential world where the 1-1-5 situation doesn't actually resolve in either no punishment or resolves in a fine for non-cooperation, which is basically nothing, which means that the worst allegations would be proven incorrect. So if all of that happens in this season, then that is, as I say, the best worst season ever. You know, we also won the Community Shield. Big up to that. You know, if there's a world where we can somehow, you know, do well in the FA Cup and somehow do well in the Champions League, unlikely, but you never know, and get top four, and maybe even a cheeky Club World Cup, then I'm sorry, that's a very good season, to be honest with you, given all the circumstances around City. So that is, I just thought that was really interesting. And it was really funny because I was live on Twitch last night doing a non-football thing. Again, if you guys want more content from me where it's more of a chilled vibe atmosphere, not strictly football related, come over to the Twitch. It's lots of fun. But I did have I was speaking to Liam Byrne, the Liverpool fan, and we were just talking about, you know, the fact that, oh, yeah, City have done this and that, but I want more. You know, I want a midfielder. And he was like, my bloody club. He was saying, my club, Liverpool. You know, when we were going through the mud, we had like Kabak on loan, and that was that. And we didn't do anything. So, you know, very frustrating for them. But hey, this is how you know, if you're an elite club and you go through a bad period, this is how you're supposed to respond. You're not supposed to rest on your laurels and go, oh well, you know, let's just sack it off and go again in the summer because it's hard to buy in Jan. Do you guys remember when, you know, people were saying we'd be lucky to even get one player? I was like, no, we should be pushing for at least two. I didn't think we'd get this many. I was like, we need to push for at least two players this window, preferably, you know, three. We might, you know, if we get the two centre-backs and Marmouche, there's a world where we can maybe get five, potentially. And we do sort of need it, in fairness. What we're basically doing is we are treating Jan as our summer window, essentially. And, you know, so we should only go too far with the praise on reflection, because as good as this Jan has been, and it's arguably the best January window in football history, you know, getting Haaland like another 10 years, bringing in all these interesting young players, etc. But in fairness, this should have happened in the summer. You know, we should have brought in these defensive reinforcements in the summer, you know. And if we are going to get a midfielder, we should have done that in the summer. So obviously praise and whatnot, and it's obviously lovely that it's happening in Jan. But again, it should have happened in the summer. But hey, it's happened. It has happened. What is that? The vibe? Can you just let me know, please, mate? We're doing a Chelsea, says unknown. Good evening, Luke. These past few days have made me believe again. Surely they're working on something more behind the scenes. Well, that's what I mean. Now, I don't know if there was even an inkling of Haaland signing an extension. Never mind signing a near 10-year extension this Jan. I don't know if like any like in the know had reported something similar to that. It certainly didn't come across my feed. So if City are able to hide something like that, and the same thing with the Hayes signing, that seemed to come out of nowhere. You know, Kasanov was floated by the agents, and Marmoush as well wasn't really hidden. You know, it came out from Egypt. But if City are able to hide things of that extent, this is what LB and I were talking about. What else are they hiding? And what else is going on? You know, it's this operating in the shadows situation. And it is... it's fine to worry about it and threat about it, but this is why I kept saying throughout this window, yeah, it is a shame we haven't been linked to any players yet. It is a shame we haven't got a midfielder yet, but I'm going to reserve judgment until the transfer window ends. Yeah? And we've got to wait and see for that to happen. And indeed, patience, tranquilo, is working. It's working. Listen to the Nobbot, by the way, guys. Liking the video is free, helps us reach more people, helps this channel to grow, helps us get to our first true target of 25,000 subscribers. That is what I'm after. And of course, we want to just get more people in general on the live shows, so we can be a big boy man. So leave a like on the video. That tells YouTube that this is a good stream. I'm going to recommend it to more people. Those people come in. It's a lovely cycle of loveliness. He's not bad, he's in the bad... Sorry, who is this in reference to, Spartacus? Who's this in reference to? I think I've missed something there. Let me know who that's in reference to. This is Viana Cook Sesh. Yeah, Viana's cooking. Cheeky might be Batman. Yeah, isn't it still Cheeky who's still the what's it? The director? Or is it like both of them working together? I don't know. Hello, Ivana. People saying Haaland was going to sign an extension this season. As well, I did not realize that. But did they know it was going to be, you know, 9.5 years? Because that seems pretty mental. That seems pretty mental. Maybe we'll wait for the summer for Bruno G. We're not, and I'm lying to myself. But yeah, just in respect of the midfield, as long as because I don't see us getting, you know, I think what's going to happen is, I think we'll sign not an unknown midfielder, but I don't think... I do think we're going to get a midfielder this summer. That's my prediction. It's not based on anything, but outside of it's the priority position. I think what we'll do, though, is we'll get not someone who's like towards that spectrum of so inexperienced that we've never heard of them, but I do think it's going to be... But I also don't think it's going to be on the other end of the spectrum where it's like, you know, a big name that we do know about, i.e., you know, Bruno G, Baleba, Palacios. I think the answer will be someone in the middle where they are young and they can be molded into that. I don't think they'll be the real deal yet, but that's my prediction. So I think we'll get like someone who's relatively attainable, relatively unknown from like a big boy perspective in the Jan window. And in the summer, I think that's when we'll realistically try to go for the more experienced or high ceiling player who's essentially can guaranteed go in right now, but will cost, you know, close to 80 to even 120-ish million pounds. That's my working prediction. That's my working prediction. Not entirely sure what that's based on, but it seems to make sense, doesn't it? You know, I'd be very surprised if it came out again. I was surprised we're going to sign, you know, Haaland for 10 years, but I'd be very surprised if it came out next week and City are signing Baleba from Brighton. We're signing Bruno G from Newcastle. We're signing Palacios from Leverkusen. That would be very confusing to me. So maybe it'll be like a medium-ish person in this window. Just basically someone who's going to be good, but isn't quite the finished article yet. And then we hit it with a harder signing in the summer. Maybe that's what's going to happen there. And I wouldn't be against that. I wouldn't be against that. As long as we get that big boy midfielder at some point, i.e. in the summer, and we get someone to improve us now, but it can also be there for the long haul as well, then that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. We do obviously need a midfielder. Of course we do. I'm still very hopeful that we will. There's surely no way. Yeah. I don't know why. The Discord links sometimes work, but then it sometimes doesn't. Can a moderator, Musty probably, because you always do this. Musty, please can you pop a Discord link, because I think Sarthak wants to join. Thank you, Guy. Thank you, Guy. Thank you, Musty. Repping your United shirt. Chill. It's just standard red. I'm allowed to wear red just because United are red. I can do what I want. Oh, you're talking about Tchouaméni. Ah, I see. I'd like Tchouaméni. I'd have him, hello. The Egyptians can... Well, the Uzbeks helped us get over 20k. Yeah, get past 20k. You know, we were on like 19,000 for ages. Will that link work, though? I guess that's the question. Try that link first of all. See if that one works. If not, you know, try both. I don't know. Yeah, that's a thing. Oh, we need a midfielder? Yeah, we do. That's not wrong. Oh, he starts in Feb? Oh, he starts in Feb. Okay, Fez. Warson's trash this BF, that's harsh. There's a seagull on my shirt. There is indeed. Tom thinks it will be the Juve fullback to play in the midfield. I don't know how happy I would be with that. I don't know how happy and content I'd be with that, but there we go. Subbed after the Kusano video. You're a City fan. Yes, I am. Big up to Uzbekistan. I totally would have purchased an Uzbekistan shirt, but the design's a bit shit. Sorry about that. For now, I don't need a defensive-minded midfielder. I need an attacking midfielder. Not sure about that one, mate. Excellent work. Yeah, I need to update the link in the stream. Thank you, Spartacus and Musty, for that. Musty, why is your name Mustafa on YouTube? Can you change it to Musty, please? For my own brain. Thank you. Why am I spending a lot more money on players like Bruno G, who's pure quality? Well, that's what I mean. Whoever we do need to bring in can't be a stopgap player. It can't just be like a randomer, you know, or someone who's only good. So it's either got to be sort of like a middling player who we haven't heard of, but is still really young and can potentially develop into that player. Or some weird short-term loan situation. I don't know how happy I'd be with that. I don't like loans. I don't like bringing in players on loan. Look, if we're able to spend, you know, 80 million quid on two baby centre-backs, and I don't know how much it was for Marmoush. I don't know if that's been confirmed yet. You know, I don't know, 60, 70 million quid on Marmoush. And if we're allegedly wanted to spend 50 million on Cambiasso, potentially, I don't know if that's confirmed yet, then we can definitely spend big-ish money on a midfielder, 100%. Need to go on Mo stream once Marmoush starts his first game just to take the piss. I haven't fully scouted him yet, so I'm not going to go into the full ins and outs of the Cambiasso situation. Yeah, big up to you, Musty. It has worked. But there will be, if we do, you know, get properly connected with him and, you know, actually sign him, there will obviously be an analysis video. So stay tuned for all of that. Michael, you missed everything, mate. You missed everything. Purple panel saying around 60 million with add-ons. Okay, yeah. That price seems to suggest a player who is going to start, you know, a majority of games. That's not money that you'd, you know, give for someone who's going to be a rotational option and just like a versatile, obviously still a versatile player, but not like a utility player. That's someone who's going to be starting the majority of the games. It will be interesting to have a think about what does that mean for City, but that's something that I'm going to actually explore in this video, so I won't go into detail too much on that, because as I say, I want that to be revealed in my video. But yeah, it should be an interesting one with Marmoush. It should be an interesting one. Do you think we'll see all the new Sangs play against Orient in the Cup? When do we play them? That's the question. Because I think Musty in the Discord was asking me, you know, when do you think we'll see them? I think we'll see Marmoush and Kusanov on the bench against PSG. That's when I think we'll first see them. Ipswich is going to be too early, obviously, but I'd imagine that Kusanov's going to be confirmed maybe over the weekend, and Marmoush as well. that would be a guess. So maybe they'd be good enough to see the bench against PSG, get some minutes. But then we played Chelsea at home. I'd be a bit surprised if that was their first game, to start. But in fairness, we've got a tricky run, Then we play a must-win game against Bruges, and then we go away to Arsenal, and then it's Leyton Orient. So maybe early Feb is more likely from a starting perspective. But we'll see. We'll see. Supreme, I'll get into that in the video. Unknown says Marmoush won't be there for PSG. Okay, that's a shame. How do you fit Foden, Haaland, Savio, Marmoush, Bob in the same team? Will sacrifices have to be made? You can't fit them all in, no. Well, I mean, technically you could, but it wouldn't make much sense, would it? Haaland, obviously, yeah, that's fine. I think you could... Well, again, you technically can, but it'll be a really frail midfield if you did do that. Although we are frail in the midfield anyway, so, But you could technically do that, yeah. You could have Haaland up top, obviously. You can have Savio and Marmoush out wide. And you can have Bob and Foden as your interiors. If you wanted to, you could do that. You could do that. But, we've got lots of attacking players. And this is good. This is good. They were having conversations about, who's going to start and blah, 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 blah. Because you need to rotate. Like, if you go think back to our 18-19 squads, how stacked was that? Mahrez was not a true starter that season, for example, despite being a fantastic footballer. These are the squad levels that you need to hit when you are a club like City who have a small squad. Therefore, if you have a small squad, every single member of that squad has to be starting material. You can't really afford to have many rotational players if you're going to have a small squad. So that's a thing. That's a thing. I was confused when we linked with Cambiasso. I thought we linked with the... Oh, yeah, can you imagine? Yeah, he surely retired ages ago. Feb's a mad month. Absolutely it is. City just need a central midfielder. My favourite would be Palacios. Is he on the City list? I've no idea, mate. But when I made that video, it had nothing to do with, rumours. It's just who I felt would have made most sense. Yeah, it's good to have a load of attacking talent. A load of attacking talent, 100%. Yeah, I think Grealish is gone. I do think so, yes. Big up to you, Jimmy. Looks like the EDS players will be put out for rubbish collection in the summer, says Dave. Yeah, I don't know too much about the baby academy players, but I've been told that we've got a lot of very good 16-year-olds, so maybe like that generation will be more likely to break in rather than, the likes of JSP, for example. I don't know, but seemingly, if you're bringing in two young defenders who play JSP's position, seems to suggest that there's not much of a future for JSP. Obviously, I don't know, but the signs aren't there that there is faith in him. Otherwise, why would you bring in Hayes? Why would you bring in Kusanov? Why wouldn't you use him more than you have done? So, that's the thing. That's the thing. In terms of like a starter, anyway, maybe like a rotational player, but we'll have to see. We'll just have to see. Nobbins for assistant sporting director. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, big up to me. Big up to me. Oh gosh. That's a thing. Where's that? There's something about... And I can't see the comment. It's gone. It's gone now. JSP, Wilson Esbrand. I'm not going to lie, Wilson Esbrand isn't good enough based on what I've seen for City. And Betty, again, probably another one. I thought Doyle had already gone. I thought it was a permanent at Wolves, wasn't he? Well, that was a thing. Yeah. So that is a. Oh, sorry, Doyle is in the defender Doyle. I thought you were talking about Callum Doyle. Wait, no, Tommy Doyle. Sorry, no, Callum Doyle is the defender. Tommy Doyle is the former City player who's now a midfielder for Wolves. My brain had a fart then. My bad. Yeah, that's my bad. Oh, yeah. We do indeed, Musty. Yeah, my brain just had a thing. We'll have to see about McAtee. I don't really know. To say City will lose 8 to 10 players in summer is ridiculous. City Pep know they need a big squad to compete. Not as many players will leave as we think, says B. Well, one's already leaving this window in Walker, so he's gone. Gundogan's contract is going to run out, so he's gone. So that's already 2. But Kevin De Bruyne's contract, I would love it if he signs an extension, but as things stand, he's gone because his contract's running out. So before we've even kicked a ball, that's 3 players who are definitely gone. Edison seems destined to go. So that's 4. So I've immediately gotten to 4. There's question marks around McAtee. Maybe 5. We've certainly got to get rid of one of Stones Arake, most likely Stones. Got to try to move him on. That seems inevitable. And that seems reasonable. So that's 6. Already that I've quite been easily able to just rack off the top of my dome. So I think there will be quite a big turnover. Grealish as well, maybe. Maybe feels bad, man. Exactly. So a lot of players will be going, I think, definitely. And it's time, to be fair. You know, the club have acknowledged that it was too late in terms of their rebuild, or Pep acknowledged it. Whoever made the initial mistake, they've now realised that was a mistake. So there we go. There we go. Frankfurt are not in the Champions League. Yeah, big up. Yeah, Grealish. Hello, Yassine. They offer KDB a 1-year extension. I would love that, Elder, to be honest. I still think that he's got 1 more year in him, absolutely. When Echeverry comes, McAtee will probably go. I think Echeverry will probably need a lot of time to get up to speed. Gundo, De Bruyne, Grealish, Stones, Rake, Edison, all gone. So it's unknown. Yeah, potentially. AC Milan are in talks with Walker. I don't really get that. Kova may be going, yeah. And Nunes as well. It depends who we bring in. You know, we're not just going to sign all these players and keep the vast majority of the players. Like, they will know that they won't have a place here. You know, if bringing in Marmouche, that basically surely spells the end for Grealish from like a long-term perspective as well. So, and maybe Bernardo as well. You never know, do you? Hello, Starboy Rio. Apparently, you are guilty, but only getting a fine. You're a discussing club. If you're guilty, end of story. Well, first of all, if you're going to come into my stream, you need to use correct grammar. That's the wrong "you're" in every single one of those instances. That's 3 counts of poor grammar. So in the first instance, sort that out. In the second instance, if City are just getting a fine, and that's your conditional if, then it means that City aren't guilty of the most egregious charges. Because if City are guilty of the worst charges, it will be a lot more than a fine. It will be the harshest of punishments. Hopefully that answers. I mean, it wasn't even really a question. It was just more of a sort of poorly formulated sentence. But yeah, do better. Apostrophes are your friend. Yeah, apostrophes are your friend. What's the topic? It is vibes. You get me? Shut up, Toby. Grish no longer needed, says Drew. Echeverry to get winger shifts, yeah, potentially. I'm not really sure what's happening there. Hello to you, Rob. Big up. The fans, because we didn't help them with the case, says Jimmy. Maybe. We don't know yet, though. We're going to have to wait to find out. If you're guilty, you're guilty. You shouldn't get fined. You should get fined for being guilty. Yeah, fairs, man. Yeah, we'll obviously have to wait and see what happens on that. In respect of what it tells you, obviously we don't know, but in respect of what it tells you from a City perspective, City are obviously very confident. Otherwise, you would not be having the ridiculous development to the ground. I mean, I think they're still like 2 years out from the hotel and the complex being finalised. There's no way you're investing tens and hundreds of millions into the ground if you weren't confident. There's no way that you are giving Haaland a 10-year extension if you aren't confident. Pep the same, and bringing in all these players. Now, whether that confidence is misplaced, that's another conversation. But clearly, from a City perspective, they are very convinced of their own innocence. And in fairness to them, they have always maintained that. We shall see whether that is the reality. We'll see if they've been naughty or not. But certainly in their heads, from their perspective, all you can really conclude from this business is they are very confident and supremely confident. Otherwise, I don't really know why else they'd be, as I say, developing the ground to the level they are. All these extensions for players and managers and all these signings. Excuse me. If we get fined, would that be for failing to cooperate? Exactly, yeah. In the same way that, with the Court of Arbitration for Sports matter, City were proven not guilty, but they were proven of, like, the actual, fraudulent charges, but they were shown to have basically been too argumentative and tribal in respect of not fully cooperating with UEFA as quickly as they could have done. They were too adversarial, is how you'd frame it. My conclusion would be that if it was a similar thing, then you aren't actually guilty of the actual charges. It's just a case of, fine, you haven't actually done anything wrong in terms of, like, you haven't committed fraud, and you haven't actually lied on your accounts, but you were a knobhead about it. So you haven't actually done the things you were accused of, but you've been a knobhead about it. So you're going to have to pay the pauper in that respect. Pay the piper? Pay the pauper? I don't know. If we don't pay the fine that we fail to cooperate, we can... Oh, dear. Hello, Starshine. American Sylvan will be 18 years old in 2 years, has a clause in his contract with the American team to transfer to City. I've never heard of him, to be honest, Starshine. But there we go. Which fixture would you play our 3 newcomings in together? I don't think I'd do that, though, Mikalo. I think I would want to slowly integrate them all, baby steps. I certainly don't want to chuck in Kusanov and Hayes into the same back 4 all at once. I think that would be mental. I think that you try to integrate one at a time. I think that makes the most sense. But okay, so you're saying that, but that's wrong. Because everyone is saying that City are guilty of fraud and actual serious charges. If City just get found guilty of you were too adversarial with UEFA, then that is not the same as being found guilty of the actual charges. Hopefully, like, your brain can comprehend that. I didn't actually think that was a hard concept. Maybe I have overestimated your mental capacity. Maybe that's my bad. But there we go. What's the reason Haaland signed 10 years? Is it because of the rules? It's like what Chelsea have done with Palmer. I've no idea, Rob. Well, just because you sign a contract for 10 years doesn't mean that the amortization works over 10 years. I think that's the point. So I believe the rules were changed so that you could only amortize over 5 years, but you can still have contracts over 5 years. You just can't spread it out in terms of your payments in that sense. Who plays at right back on Sunday, says Taylor. Honestly, I'd give Núñez another run. Why not? I thought he actually did all right. He started from right back. He went to right wing. He allowed Foden to invert into the centre. I'd probably do that again, to be honest with you. I've never been against Núñez playing at fullback, as long as there is some inverting going on. That's the thing. People want Núñez to play it in like a flat back form. Like, what are we doing? In fact, I think I even said before the start of the season that Núñez is not going to play centrally. He's going to have to redefine himself as either an auxiliary winger or fullback. And in fairness to myself, that's what we've seen all season. So there we go. Oh, is Diaz back? Is Diaz back in business? I know that he was training, but I didn't know if he was fully fit. I just don't want to risk him. I'm not risking Ruben Diaz for Ipswich away. You get me? It's not because I think Ipswich are shit, because, they have Delap up front and he'll be a scary boy. But I'm not risking him when after Ipswich away, we have PSG and we have Chelsea and then we have a must-win game against Bruges and then we have Arsenal. I'm not risking an injury. You get me? If he's fully fit, he's fully fit, but I'm not wanting to rush him. What's your opinion on Cambiasso? So, Sebastian, I haven't yet developed a proper opinion on him yet. That is to come. My scouting is not complete in that sense. As I understand it, he's a two-footed, two-sided fullback who is far more attacking and creative than, let's say, a centre-back playing at right-back, as an example. That's the thing. Apparently, Frank Fetterin talks with another club for Marmouche. What does that mean? I don't know if that's real, though, mate. Silva's apparently mental. I haven't heard of him. Yeah, now you have, true, Starshine, big up. You came in and jumped ahead of Liverpool, United and Chelsea legally. Well, they did so by spending a lot of money, if that's what you mean. That's sort of how clubs do that. So, yeah. Not really sure what the point is there. Not really sure what the point of that was. You see apostrophe, yeah, big up. Fair. Improvements are being made. Improvements are being made. Yeah, again, if Diaz is available, then he's available, and that's lovely. Do you think we get some sort of result against PSG? Mathematically, we don't need a result against PSG. We need a win against Bruges. I think we can get a draw against PSG, though. I think we can get a draw. It doesn't really help us, but it would, would at least give us a bit of confidence, maybe. I think in terms of the maths, a draw doesn't really help. It's as long as we beat Bruges, that's all that really matters. Even if we draw against PSG, we still need to beat Bruges. If we beat PSG, lovely. But I don't see us winning there, given how poor we are. So we shall wait and see on that. Where's the Marmashut and Haste video? They take days to make, Yassine. They take days to make, They will come. Calma, tranquilo. You will be there. And they will be here. You just got to take some time. Take some time. You just got to be patient. Patient with the timings. That's what I'm trying to say. Bruges are in good form. I accept that, Elder. That's fine. But we are at home, and it's late Jan, so we should have a lot of our players back. Yeah, we might even have like a new signing or two to field. We should be beating them. We should be beating them. And it's not a case of should. We have to. We literally have to beat them. So there we go. Where have I been all day? What? I've been working on the Marmish video, mate. We must smash PSG, says Low Fat Mofat. Is Kvara at PSG already? He will be by the time we get there, I'm pretty sure, yes. Now we got Haaland for 10 more years. Are we winning the treble this season? Hell yes. Said me working on the video. Chances to sign a midfielder. It will happen, 100%. It's all right. Read this comment, and then why has Toby put this in response? Oh my god, Toby, what's going on? I love it. I love a semicolon. Love a semicolon. Marmoush will come out first. Marmoush will come out first. Marmoush has pace, but City always slowly build up. I think City are going wrong with this guy. Interesting. That midfielder, I have no confidence. Hopefully one comes in. Do you think we beat Bruges? I do think we beat Bruges. I got the faith. I have the faith. Nobbins trying to not get demonetized using other clips, says unknown. I don't know what that's in reference to, sorry. Just speaking my truth, yeah, Fairs, Toby Fairs. Oh, gosh. Right, so, that is the thing. There's nothing wrong with it. It was just really, really funny. It was just really funny that Toby decided to bring that up. I was like, that came out of left field. How odd. Right, so, Haaland extension. That's lovely. Of course it is. Pep extension. Lovely. That's happened, and that's a thing. If we bring in Cambiasso, I think someone just said it there, we're going to maybe become a counter-attacking team. I suspect that we will certainly attack differently. That's for sure. It's obviously not, because Cambiasso, again, pinch of salt, I've not probably scouted him yet, but he's not like a Singo, for example, where he's going to be able to, play in at centre-back. That's really what I thought we were going to do. Right back, who can play at centre-back. Cambiasso is more of a, as I say, an attacking defensive player in that sense. Someone who's far more creative as well. So I wonder, is that, because we're going to lose De Bruyne at some point, is that a way of mitigating the lack of Kevin De Bruyne? Because we know that we've said it many times, we've stolen the Moneyball phrase many times. You've got to try to recreate Kevin in the aggregate. We can't do it with one player. There is literally, if you said, right, you can sign literally any player in the world right now to replace Kevin. Don't worry about it being realistic. Don't worry about any of that. You can sign anyone to replace him right now. Who is it? Who would be the guy? And the answer is that there isn't anyone. People might say Wirtz, or they might say, I don't know. I don't even know who else. We're linked to Baena. I like the idea of Baena. But these are not on De Bruyne's level. No one is on De Bruyne's level in that sense. So there is no outright way to replace him. Jamie says me, brilliant. So if you can't replace him directly, you try to create him elsewhere. Yeah, maybe, as you say, maybe like a Verts on steroids, maybe that could be a thing. But outside of that, that's not going to happen. Obviously, because no one's on De Bruyne's level in that sense. Palmer is nowhere near De Bruyne on that level. Verts nowhere near on that level. Oh, guys, stop. There's no one on that level. That is the point I'm trying to make. No one comes close to him. So you can sign someone similar-ish to him. And then... Is that my cat? I thought she was just popping off. And then you try to help out elsewhere. So instead of having 4 centre-backs, which is what we had, again, none of them really that creative in their own right, Isco, then maybe you do bring in that more creative defender who can maybe chip in like that. Someone, obviously not Cancelo, but what Cancelo used to do. He was obviously incredibly a creative player and progressive player for City. Maybe that's the idea. Everyone chips in and we get the De Bruyne levels. Exactly. Maybe that is the vibe. Maybe that is the idea. So, of course, bring in someone like a Bayern who can be a midfield creator. But then you need someone to help out elsewhere from a different area of the pitch as well. Now, that could be out wide, or it could be from defence. And maybe if it is Cambiasso, it would be from the defence. Exactly, Austin. Moneyball. Recreate him in the aggregate. Some players are replaceable. Does that mean we cannot replace him? No, we literally can't replace him. There is statistically no one even remotely close to De Bruyne's level. Remember, last season, guys, De Bruyne played half of the Premier League season, half of it, and he still ranked 3rd in respect of expected assists. Mental. So there we go. Can I do polls? I don't know. Can you? I don't know how it works. Do I have to do a poll? I don't know. It's a thing. I could do the small spaces pass aside, yeah, fairs. How long are City going to rely on De Bruyne? As long as he's here, mate. If he signs an extension, sign an extension. Why not? Why bloody not? Everyone chips in and we get De Bruyne levels. Exactly. Good evening, Ryan. I'd rather pay over 100 mil for Palmer. Okay, crazy. Just get me Bayern and I'll be happy. Messi deal's still on. Chill. KDB replacement. Who could replace him? No one. That's the point. Bored of the Rio guy. I mean, it seems like he's mainly talking to himself. So right. No, don't ban next time, boss. Just time out next time. I feel like there's too many bans going on. Just time out next time. Can you unban him? Unban, just time out next time. Bans should be reserved for, like, you're a racist. Or I just say, ban that cunt. Otherwise, just time him out. If it keeps happening, I go, right, ban him. Do that. But outside of that, just time out. Give De Bruyne a contract extension. It's not my money. I hope he extends as well. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. At least 1 year. Now, 1 year would be great because he's, 33? Taken to 34. Bish, bash, bosh. It's a thing. It's extend for 5 years. Chill. We'll chill on that. What else do I want to say today? I feel like I got distracted a little bit. Well, to be fair, this can be just be a free-for-all. It's absolutely fine. Exactly, Metally. Exactly. Every viewer is still a viewer to me. You get me? I don't know. Whatever. Your discretion in terms of timing out. Your discretion. Yeah. There are still concerns, of course, because we do need that midfielder. It's great bringing in defenders, Kusanov and Hayes. That's fine. That will help box defending situation, but it won't solve attacks where it shouldn't even get to that point. So we are going to have to look into that, of course. The attacking player, that will hopefully take a bit of the burden off Haaland's shoulders. I know Marmoush isn't an outright number 9, but he's still going to be able to do it to a decent standard, and hopefully a decent enough standard whereby Haaland can have a break in some Premier League matches, Time for 86k seconds. How long is that in? Why do they do it in seconds? What is that in minutes? And I can't remember what else I was trying to say. Yeah, versatile forward. Lovely, lovely. We still need that midfielder. And if we can get in the fullback, lovely. And again, it's about bringing in the players now. Bringing in the players now. Getting them used to the team. Treat it as a pre-season. Bish, bash, bosh. Bish, bash, bosh. De Bruyne, but only we've talked about reduced wages, says Dave. He might be looking at those Haaland wages and going, Samir asks, does Marmoush start for you in big games? Well, he's being brought in to do that, it seems, because a lot of money's being spent on him. So it wouldn't surprise me if he was. He'll obviously have to get up to speed, but you don't spend that much money on someone who's not going to be playing in the biggest games. So we might have, front threes where it's, Marmoush or attacking threes, whatever, where it's, Marmoush, Haaland and Savio. That might be a thing, potentially. There's also a world where he plays more central. I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm open to be convinced. Exactly, Atahi. That's what I mean. That's the thing. When it's not like we're paying 50 mil. 80 is a very high amount, and again, does seem to suggest that. Elder wants to be timed out. Brilliant. I'm assuming that you still see the show. You just can't comment for a little bit or something. I'm assuming. Yeah, and he started, and he was a starter, wasn't he? FM save after the window. We're still doing our WWE stream, mate. Tevez, Aguero is going to be Haaland, Marmoush. I'm so upset we didn't see more of Tevez, Aguero. We saw them for like a quarter of a season properly. Really. Because Aguero came in 11-12. That's when Tevez fucked off to go play golf because he refused to come off the bench against Bayern. So we only really saw him for like for the title run-in, and it was beautiful. But then we didn't see it enough. And then the next season, we technically had them both, but Aguero got injured in the first game of the season, and then Tevez left that year after. So it's a thing. I'm not going to do both, Musty, and, I need to commit my time to certain enterprises, and right now that would not be worth my time. Can someone... Elder wants to get timed out. Can someone please time out Elder? Thank you. Only really signed for 115 months. Yeah, it's crazy. It doesn't ultimate. No, I can make it work, but I decided to get rid of it just because too many people were getting banned and it was like happening too frequently. Mods into their job. Crazy. Am I going to have to time out Elder, guys? Come on, someone do it. Someone do it. Frauds. It's mental that Dzeko was as good as he was. Instantly got benched the second Tevez decided he could be asked to come back. Hey, when you're in a run-in and you've got players like Carlos Tevez who can come in, it's a thing. It's a thing. You get me? Yeah, banning should be flat. Unless like I'm just properly pissed off and like, right, okay, get out of it, mate. I'm actually bored of you. Otherwise, yeah, it should mainly just be for like racism or like being homophobic or whatever. And like just like ignoring warnings and that sort of thing. Here's B, a 3-5-2 formation. Gvardio, Diaz, Kusanov, Kova, Bernardo, Savio, Cambiasso, Foden, Haaland, Marmoush. I'd be very surprised if we went to a proper front two. We haven't done that in 8 years. Why are we paying too high wages? There's no such thing as too high wages for Erling Haaland, the best striker in the world. Dzeko, Ben, Tevez, chill. Ban me because you don't read my comments. Hello? Yeah, that's a very good point, to be fair. That's a very good point. So I'm excited, man. This window's been very fun and very entertaining. It wouldn't be right. He'd be more of a floater. Yeah, exactly. I'd be very surprised if we play like a proper out and out like two up top. That would be really weird. That'd be really weird. Because he just doesn't do that, does he? But I will want him to play up top on his own at some point to give Haaland a rest. Dzeko's good, but he's not Tevez. That's the thing. That's a good point, to be fair. Hey, Tevez got Joey Barton sent off because Barton elbowed him, didn't he? So that was his contribution to that match. That was his contribution. Of course he is. Easy mode. Easy mode. Yeah, crazy. Crazy. No Cancelo regens in my 6. He's apparently a big fan of Cancelo, though. He was given like a Cancelo shirt and he popped off. So he's a big fan. Do you reckon he'll just be straight up false 9, Spartacus? Hello, City Luke. Big up to you. Thank you so much, mate. Very kind words. I enjoyed our live too. I thought we did good, man. I thought we did good. Tevez was one of a kind. He was an absolute boy, wasn't he? How do I pronounce it then? To educate me. God's sake. I don't know what the logic would be, to be honest, Douglas, because like if we were going to get, transfer ban, I mean, the first thing is that, again, if we are found guilty, then it's not going to be a transfer ban. It's going to be much worse than that. So in the first instance, I don't even think a transfer ban would happen. And then in the second instance, if it did, the way it works is that we could just appeal it anyway, and then we'd have like another summer to do it. So I don't think that's a thing, personally. How do you say it? Cambiasso? I don't know. That's how I said the Argentinians one. One S in Italian is pronounced like a Z. Cambiasso. Cambiasso. Is that the one? Marmouche taking the number 7. That's good. That's good. We need someone to have it. Speak Italian. Yeah, big up, Spartacus. If you were doing a combined 11 between the treble team and the Centurions, do you go Aguero or Haaland? If it's based on the individual season, it's got to be Haaland, hasn't it? Because he literally broke the Premier League record for goals scored, so and should have won the Ballon d'Or that year, so you'd have to go for Haaland. Is that a joke? I'm guessing that's a joke. We're making the Hayes video after the Marmouche one. Magnifico indeed. I struggle to see how Marmouche could play with his back to goal like Haaland does. Indeed, Spartacus would have to adapt. But we do need to have him sometimes play instead of Haaland for sure, to give him a break. God's sake. God's sake, Toby. I'd definitely rather have Marmouche. Alvarez, it was nowhere near versatile enough to make it as a City player, sadly. It's not enough to just be able to play in one position. He tried him in midfield. He tried him out wide. Didn't work. And he's never going to play as natural striker. And Alvarez isn't even really a natural striker himself. So it was never really going to work. It would only have ever worked with Haaland and Alvarez starting at the same time. But then that just made us less deficient. So much more deficient in the centre. And that's why we nearly didn't win the league last season. Imagine you're in an Italian gangster movie. What? Like Gambia? No, I'm not. I can't do that. Like Gambiazzo. Like that? I don't know. I can't do accents, guys. I can't do accents. Now, I did it once in 17-18 for a little bit when we had Mendy, and then he ditched it after. I don't think so. Be very surprised. Well, I know that one is very well suited to City in theory, whilst another one absolutely is not. So, by definition, I'd say so, yes. Alvarez was never going to make it at City because he couldn't play midfield and he couldn't play out wide. So he was like, he didn't really have a chance in that sense. Once it was clear that, his... I thought I did that, Spartacus. Maybe not. It's amazing how City are doing with Bundesliga players. Bundesliga tax does not apply to us, yeah? Doesn't apply. Pep or Haaland? Probably Pep, to be honest with you. With pre-injury Mendy would be great. Good times, man. Good times. I liked Mendy a lot when he first joined for us. His first few performances for us were excellent as well. And then the injury happened, and that was the end of that. That was the end of his career, sadly. It's a thing. Would you rather top 4 or a trophy? Give me the FA Cup and we'll finish 5th and still qualify. Yeah? That's what'll happen. Alvarez didn't even want to be here. Well, I think he wanted to be, like, starting more. But that was never going to happen. And he wasn't good enough to, like, play out wide or play centrally. Despite Pep continually using him there, it wasn't good enough. So, yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame, but it's a thing. It is a thing. Mendy. Why pink? Who for Marmouche? Marmouche had 2 good seasons. Okay. And he's still better for City than Alvarez. I'm not sure what the point is there. Look back his game against Villa. Horror show. I knew he wasn't going to stay this summer, says Tahi. Who's that in reference to? Sorry. Tahi, is that Alvarez or someone else? Haaland can't play midfielder out wide. Okay. What's the point of this statement? How is this relevant in any world? Please let me know. I'm actually. I've never seen this argument. I'm intrigued. What is the relevance of this statement? Haaland can't play midfield or out wide. So, what? What's the causal connection here? I'm genuinely intrigued. I've never... yeah, I don't even know what that's trying to suggest. Even though Alvarez is balling at Madrid, he's still rotating with the other 3. And also, he's playing in like a 2-striker situation, unless I'm mistaken, which would never obviously happen at City. So it's irrelevant. So it's great that he's doing well at Atletico Madrid, but we're never going to play like that. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the point was there. Haaland doesn't need to be good at being versatile because he's the best striker in the world. So, again, if you could, like, again, let me know the relevance of this statement, that'd be great. The point is that Haaland starts at the 9 because he's the best striker in the world. So he obviously starts. In the same way that Rodri is the best DM in the world. So he obviously starts. That's the starting point. Oh, that's great. Well, oh, guys. Oh, wait, is this going to... Wait, let me see if this works. All right, wait, one sec. Wait, I should have done that. I keep forgetting I've got this. Oh, I see, I should have prepped this beforehand. That would have made far more sense, wouldn't it? Right, guys, stay tuned. It'll be worth it. Right. Where is it? Let me get set up. Oh, I'm going to press the button now. Right, you have entered the Hall of Shame. Fraud! L's in the chat. L's in the chat for entering the Hall of Shame. I want to see L's in the chat for this fraud. I'm sorry, mate. You're gonna have to, yeah. I want shames and L's in the chat. You're gonna have to hold that, I'm afraid. You're a fraud. You're a swine. And I hope you bloody sort yourself out. You're on fraud watch. You are literally on fraud watch. Sort it out. Sort it out. This is the first time I've whipped this out on stream because of that. Sort it out. Oh, God. Yeah, shame, shame, shame. If you remember, use your fraud emotes. Shame. Don't ban them. That's crazy. But you should seek shame. Oh, my God. It's so funny, man. You can't play Hop John. What does that mean? Oh, dear. He has played out wide, hello. With ball holes in the 9, scoring goals indeed. Oh my gosh, something just happened then. There was an error. Oh, Rowan, thank you so much, mate. Oh, it's because my camera's messed up. Thank you so much, mate, for your support. You are the first ever Fnatic Ultra, by the way. That's our second highest tier. Thank you so much, Rowan, for that. And your random footballer is Tim Sherwood. Big up, yes, Rowan, yes, get it. Oh, hey, apologies, there was a response. Maybe I was too harsh. You said Alvarez couldn't play midfielder out wide. Yes. So couldn't make it at City. Yes. As if you don't have more than one striker. No. Maybe I should apologise. Maybe I didn't make myself clear. Erling Haaland is the main striker at City. Why? Because he's the best striker in the world. Okay, so our starting point is that Haaland is going to start, bar any injuries, he's going to start at least like 30 or so games in the Premier League, bar injuries. In fact, what happened last season, actually? How many games did he start last season? Let's have a look. Okay, yeah, 35 in his first season. And 31 in his second season. And that 31 was actually with an injury as well. He's already started 21 games. Okay. So Haaland's, that's the starting point, right? Therefore, whatever player that we bring in to play up front is basically never going to play as a striker, right? In the vast majority of games. Therefore, the player that you need to bring in is someone who can be versatile, because they have to play with Haaland somewhere else. That means they are going to have to be able to play either out wide or in the midfield, somewhere there or thereabouts. If that player can't do that, then they are a burden to the squad, almost. You would have to shoehorn them in where they would not fit. This is for teams who play with one striker anyway. If we were playing with two strikers, then sure. In fact, I'd want 4 strikers probably, 3 or 4 for rotational purposes. But when you've got Haaland, who is so far above and beyond the best striker in the world, the starting point is, right, well, he's not going to get dethroned, is he? So Haaland starts basically every single game. Okay, so where can this player go? If that player can't play elsewhere, then they are a dusty, dead signing from a squad perspective, and they're not going to be able to feature ever. Hopefully, that makes sense. I didn't think it was a tricky concept, but maybe I was mistaken. So hopefully that makes sense now. And this is why City should not look to sign a proper 6, because they will never play, because Rodri is right there. So you either need to change the system entirely, unlikely, or you bring in a versatile player who can do that, but also play elsewhere. This is why Calvin Phillips failed, because he was never getting in over Rodri, and he just wasn't that good anyway. But even if it was able to stay fit, etc., he wasn't going to be able to play anywhere else. That's the thing. This is why I keep saying an 8-6 hybrid, someone who can do both. This is why I keep saying sign a versatile forward. Because if you sign a striker, you are dooming them to fail. Alvarez, I liked Alvarez as a concept, but ultimately he was far too one-dimensional. He was not good in midfield. He was not good out wide. He could only really play as a second striker, and it was not in City's benefit in most games to play as a second striker. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. But well done. You are now in the Hall of Fame. Hall of Shame, sorry. And it's the first time I've used this fraud thing. My sister got this for me for Christmas. So big up to her. Big up to Sister Nobbins. And I do have another sign, which I've used on Judge Mo's show before. I don't know if I'm going to reveal it, but I'll reveal it when the time is right. Oh, dear. What happens if you get put in the Hall of Shame? You saw what happened. The lights went off, and you're in the Hall of Shame. You know, and now you are forever immortalized in the quotes. Oh dear, there's no coming back. Yes, wear it like a badge of honor. You get me? Wear it like a badge of honor. Why not? It'd be funny. We do still have over 200 people watching, which is great. Let's get to over 150 likes, guys. Big up. Let's get up to over 150 likes. Big up to you. Absolutely, Lou. Absolutely. Hey, I asked for it, and it's a thing. Oh, if I get put in there, well, I'll have to give my channel over to someone else, won't I? I'll have forfeited the rights to be a content creator. Anyway, is about to run a year extension. Heard a few people on Twitter mention it. Says Sean, I've no idea, mate. Hopefully, it's 1 year. Right. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. But anyone could get. Spartacus, thank you so much, mate, for renewing your membership. Hardcore Ultra. I'll come back to this in a second. Let me just do this. Would you rather us get nobody in Jan, but get Bruno G or Belaber in June, or get an Edison or Douglas Luiz in Jan, but no start? Oh, such a naughty question. You've got to think long term, I think. I know that might be a massive mistake, but I think you've got to look long term. I think it would make more sense to get in a true play. If that's my option, and seemingly it is, then you've got to bring in that player. You've got to pick the scenario where you bring in that player. So for me, I would have no one now. Don't panic buy. Wait for the summer. I don't want to do another Nunes. Ideally, bring in someone now and someone in the summer, but that's my thing. And speaking of, City and random players, and players who are linked with, Isco, forever linked. Big up to you, Spartacus. And again, big up to Rowan. You're the first Fnatic Ultra, and that actually means that you'll be the first person to have a sky blue name in the members list at the end, if I'm able to slightly, silently update it in the background. So big up to you, mate. We've got some lovely hardcore ultras, but no one in the middle tier yet, apart from you, mate. So thank you so much for that. You are a beautiful man. Okay, right. Let's see if we can clarify some things here. Haaland could get an ACL tomorrow, or burn out from being overplayed. Well, the overplayed point is irrelevant if we have the versatile forward, so that's meaningless. Man City could rotate 2 strikers. Right, okay, why would we rotate the best striker in the world? I don't think you quite understand. Why would we not start Haaland like 30 games in the Premier League? Why would you not be starting the best striker in the world, who we've just made the highest paying player in Premier League history or something insane? Do you think that he's going to be happy to be a rotational striker? Are you listening to the things that you are saying? Suggesting that Haaland would be happy to be a rotational option. Even if he would be happy doing that, he wouldn't. Why would we want to make him a rotational option? Come on now. Come on now. You're already in the Hall of Shame once. Don't make me do it again. Don't make me do it again. I'll do it. I'll bloody do it. I love having props. I've got like my Phil Foden prop. I've got my Haaland prop. I love props. They're funny. I've heard again Isco in chat. Is he still like going like in society? Is he still like a thing or what? What's going on there? What's going on? Is he still a thing? Is he still a thing? Let me know, guys. Chat. Let me know. Alvarez left because he wasn't starting big games. That's another good point as well. That's the thing. And you can't rotate the best striker in the world. Like, what we doing? What do people think we are actually playing at here, guys? He's not going to want to do it, nor should we even do it. And you avert the overplaying issue by signing the versatile forward. Again, didn't really think that was tricky as a concept, but here we bloody are. Here we bloody are. Props. Yeah, big up. He's actually retired. No, we're not going to get a midfielder now. Can Isco play DM? Can retired Isco play in DM? Let me know, chat. Let me know if that's the thing. Just rename it. See, what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm being sneaky. If I rename that file, and I do that, and then I rename that to that, then it'll be a lovely time had by all. Bish, bash, bosh. Start the Python script. Boom. I am a coding mastermind. A coding genius and mastermind, ladies and gentlemen. Don't know enough about him, Jeff. I can't lie to you. While Marmoush brings that he can start with Haaland as well as... Exactly. That's the point. That is the point. All we need is someone who can do both. You know, can play ahead of him. Sorry, can play instead of him, give him a bit of a rest, but can also play alongside him. Same thing with the midfielder, whoever we bring in. It's a thing. Isco's balling for Betis. Bring him in. Bring him bloody in. It's a thing. The Hall of Shame might be embarrassed to have this guy. Again, it's not a hard concept, is it, man? It's so not hard. Isco disappeared from the mortal realm. Isco, great KDB replacement. Yeah, big up, big up, big up. If you are in a top club, there is competition for places in every position because the squad is big. Step up and earn a place in the starting 11. There's also needs to be opportunities as well, for sure, for sure, for sure. Big up the GPT. Isco isn't retired, he plays for Betis. Oh, well, there you go, he's still going. You're not right. Okay. No. No. You aren't understanding it. You bring whatever forward you bring in, i.e. Marmoush, he can allow Haaland to rest. I'm trying to be so succinct and calm here. You bring in Marmoush because he can give Haaland a rest. This is the point. It is not a case of Haaland gets rotated 50-50 with another striker or he plays every single game. Please try to understand. Can you please move on? Because I don't know how... I genuinely... I'm not trying to be like rude here. I don't know how to frame it into a more simplistic way. I'm trying to not be rude here. I'm basically calling you a, you know, mentally, what's it there? But I actually don't know how to word it into a more simplistic way. I don't know how to bring the wording down even further. I actually do not know. Why is the whole of Twitter football moaning about City spending? That's how you know we're back, to be fair. Because people like to whinge and they like to complain. Because they don't like to use critical thinking skills and go, oh, why is City, City shouldn't be allowed to spend so much money. I mean, well, first of all, mate, we haven't had like a proper mental window since 2017 in the first instance. So we're entitled to one. But also, like, this is like, that meme where it's like, pretend to be shocked. Oh, wow. One of the best clubs in the world needs to be rebuilt. So City are starting to rebuild. Pretends to be shocked. I don't really understand where the answer is that people are crybabies. The genuine reason, I actually don't know the answer. I don't know what the answer could be. In all honesty, you get me. I actually don't know what it could be. Don't know. So why sign him? In hindsight, it's a thing. It is a bad signing. One assumes, based on how Pep used him, one assumes that the hope was that he could be moulded into someone who could play in midfield. That is clearly what the desire was, what the hope was. That's why Pep kept doing it. I would guess. That would be the guess. It didn't happen, clearly, but even before the De Bruyne injury, Alvarez was being played in midfield. So again, one assumes that they looked at him and went, I can mould him into a midfielder. Ultimately, that didn't happen. His first touch wasn't good enough, for example, and his general overall play wasn't good enough in that sense. That's the answer to your question. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Do you think Kevin's legs make it to May? Hopefully, yeah. I'm not going to block him, but again, I don't actually know how else to simplify what I'm saying even more so. Crazy. Pep lacks flexibility in most areas of the pitch so we can maintain a smaller than the usual squad. Absolutely. That's the thing, Douglas. There are some players who just start. There are some stars, like, it's maybe not anymore because of the fitness issues, but Kevin De Bruyne, from like 17 through to 20, whatever, he started. He just started games. You don't rotate Kevin De Bruyne, your best midfielder, your best player. Same with Haaland, same with Rodri. There are some positions that you lock in and you do not rotate. You give them rest, sure, and you have versatile players where they can do that. Like when Rodri and Fernandinho were out, We had Gundogan. Lovely. That's how it works. Again, it's not a tricky concept. We might have to give a double hall of shame. Yeah, Fez. Hello, Echo Falls. Are we going to return to 2018 style City? The profile of our forward suits counter-attacking football so much more. What's interesting is that the fact that Pep seems to... Again, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes with Ederson. Maybe there's something else going on. But he does seem to have gone away a bit more from caring too much about being overly, concerned with short build-up. He's far happier to go long nowadays, which is, that is how football's going, it seems. Teams are getting better at pressing. You need to be able to do better at going forwards, maybe. So that's the thing. The answer is we boil piss. Football Twitter will melt down when City announced signing Primal to Mateus. There will be a massive meltdown if and when we beat the Chargers, as a thing. Manure, and guess that's Man United, spent $1 billion and it's almost in the relegation zone. God forbid treble winners for Pete Club to spend. City rebuild the squad. Okay, we're playing victim now, understood. Playing to the crowd and bullying your opinion. Okay, I have no idea how I'm playing to the crowd when I'm trying to succinctly tell you what the issue is. It's not my fault you didn't understand it. It is also not bullying to say I don't know how much more I can simplify this. Just because you don't understand it, there's not my problem. Just because you're saying something foolish and I'm outlining why it's foolish and I'm trying to say this is why you're wrong and you're not understanding it, that is not my fault or my problem, to be honest with you. If you want to play victim, that's fine. But please do not try to frame me as a bully just because you don't understand a very simple concept. If you want me to baby you going forwards, I can do that for you. But I like to think that I've got a bit more, of an appreciation of the mental capacity of my viewers. But maybe I was wrong. He scored 30 plus goals last season. We sold him for profit. If that's bad business, I don't know anything anymore, says Herbal. I don't know, Puneet. I do not know. We've been live for around 90 minutes, by the way, guys. So, get your final thoughts in. I'll be live until, around 1:45, I reckon. I do like Touchline Talk when it just evolves. I like to have a starting topic and then just evolves into a general chat. I do like how we do these shows. His first touch did improve in the first few months of last season. It didn't improve nearly enough to get into a midfield position. I feel sorry for the EDS. It's good to have opposition supporters crying in their beer. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Look, sometimes you do have to be ruthless. Look, if they will be... I'd like to think that if they are good enough, then they will get chances. I would like to think that. Before the World Cup, Alvarez was not a big player. Most people thought he would be happy as a backup. He outperformed so much he could not stay in the same team with Haaland, says Samir. That's another reasonable take. I've no idea how we are toxic at all. Someone says something stupid, and you politely say, this is why you're stupid, basically, and he gets upset and offended. If the I apologize if the facts hurt your feelings, but there's not much that I can do about that, If you want to act like a baby and want to be babied, then I guess I can treat you like a baby. I like to think that my viewers actually have a degree of intellect and don't need to be babied. But there we go. Hopefully that's the end of that, and hopefully he can move on with his life. What did Yaya say? Stop bullying him, Frank. God. Oh, there we go. Gorbridge's reaction, yeah, that was funny as well, wasn't it? Haaland's long-range shooting has been crazy good. It's always been good. He just needs to do it more. He needs to trust in his long shot more and his right foot more. This could be interesting. I wouldn't be entirely happy with that, but we'll see. I could be convinced. We'll see. Ira's left because he wants to play more as a striker. I don't know if that's an oversimplification. No, yeah, that's the thing as well. It's not just about playing the games. You've got to be able to be happy with playing the games in the position that you want to play. He played more than nearly anyone last season, but it wasn't good enough for him. And it's fair play. He didn't want to play in a position that wasn't his. So fairs. Man City will always succeed. Yeah, big up. Of course you can. It's not my. It's, you know, I didn't invent it. I'm sure someone else has used it. But absolutely, you go for it. Enjoyed your Kusana video. Big up to you, Matty. Ideal player he could be like. Well, Ruben Diaz would be the target, wouldn't it? That would be the target. Whether he can get to that level, that's another question. That is another question. If I get Cambiasso, will it allow Gavadio to morph into a Stones role? I don't understand, Jeff, why we've not done this a lot sooner. Why have we not done this a lot sooner? Come on now. The opportunities have been there. You literally tried a Kanji in there, and he's clearly worse on the ball. Uncle Yaya has blessed us. Yeah, big up. With me at the outcome of the case, and if clear, then all should City try to give it back to everyone. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I'd be surprised if there was like a counterclaim. I think really they should just like move on and be like, look, we've cleared our name and now we move on. That'd be lovely. Ben Shapiro uses it a lot. Well, Ben Shapiro is an idiot. So I wouldn't. I'm the better person at using that line. Yeah, he hasn't claimed that line. I haven't claimed that line. It's just a good line to use. And Ben Shapiro is an idiot, so he's gonna have to hold that. To be honest, he's a moron. Oh, look at me! I can argue with a bloody college student, and I look really smart. Shut up, mate. He's a moron. Torres' blessings are stronger than the curse. Yeah, Fairs. Don't put Yosko in the Stones role. Play him as a pure six. Musty. Chill. The sign is confirmed. No, not yet. Who's better, Hayes or Kusanov? Very different. I don't know if I'm comfortable saying which one's better. I've also not probably looked at Hayes yet. I'd rather us buy Cambiasso and use him in the inverted role. That's his whole thing. Says Herbal. Seems to be the case. The actual quote is, facts don't care about feelings. What did I say again? I can't even remember what I said. Someone put it. Where was it? I apologize. That's what I said. I apologize if the facts hurt your feelings. Yeah. It's an anti-woke statement. But Ben Shapiro's not anti-woke. He's just a moron. He's anti-intelligence. He's one of those people who thinks that things like that are like bad, and he uses woke as a bad thing. Woke's not even necessarily a bad thing. He's not anti-woke. He's just anti-intelligence. He's just a moron. That's very good. Well done. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, Atahi. Yeah, fuck Ben Shapiro. That is now. Shall we just claim that, guys? That can be a Nobbins and Nobbins viewer phrase. I apologize for the facts hurt your feelings. Fuck Ben Shapiro. That's our phrase now. We're claiming. We're taking it back. Yeah, Mrs. Nobbins approves because it is a very good phrase. But if it's been hoodwinked and stolen by pricks who don't know how to use it properly, we're gonna use it properly, guys. Yeah. Yeah, he goes, well, actually, if you think about it logically, global warming, sure. Yeah, little weirdo. Mrs. Nobbins was just saying how all he does is talk quickly. Talks like that as well. Shut up. I know I've got a nasal voice. Christ. Good point, Dave. This is a transitional year, and if we can bring in these babies, like, you know, Kusanov and Hayes, etc., and integrate them, and Savio as well, it's a thing. Get me. Preparing for an argument against a college student who's completely unprepared for said argument does not seem like something just anyone can do, says Alf. Yeah, exactly. He's such a moron. And he's just, it's so funny, he's just, this is turned to like a Ben Shapiro stream, he's just objectively wrong on so much as well. He's objectively wrong with so much. It's hilarious. It is hilarious. So many things he says are just like objectively can be disproven. And I know his opinions are clapped as well. He's just an idiot. There we go. I think City will let this extension stand alone. Indeed. Just talks fast, yeah, exactly. Talks a lot of nonsense as well. And he's just like incredibly wrong. And also he can't get his girl wet or whatever. Like he says stuff like, oh, it's weird for females to be moist or whatever he says. Little weirdo. Pissing me off. Big chap's he's an idiot. That's what he is. I don't know about him because I don't care. He seems like, yeah, exactly, he is. It's a thing. Where's he play? Yeah, can he play DM, to be fair? Anyway, where do you think Mama should play? I think that I will do that in the video, Matty. I've got, like, one thing which I think the main position will be this. And I will discuss it in the old video. Never seen West again yet, Fez. We'll be live for another 10 or 13 minutes or so, ladies and gentlemen. Ben Shapiro talks politics, not football, and he talks politics shit. I know my politics. I did a degree in it, and he's a moron. He's not good at talking. I imagine he's not good about talking football or politics. Yeah, he's just a moron. Makes City great again. When is Kusanov and Hayes announcement? Asks Puneet. I don't know. I do not know the answer to that, to be honest, Puneet. Kusanov flew from yesterday, though, didn't he? So one assumes he's going to be, he's going to become a City player very imminently. I would like to think. I would like to guess. My prediction is he'll be on the bench against PSG. That's a prediction, not based on anything outside of my brain. But we'll see what we see, won't we? Great Zona Marquee, yeah, great, man. Here we go. Kusanov landed in Manchester last evening, so he must be close. Excellent. That's exciting. The medical was today, big up. Hey, I'm fluid. I'm fluid, man. We can talk about many things, man. We can talk about many things. And yeah. Haaland extension, great. Ben Shapiro, moron. Two great things that can be said. We might be holding the announcement to announce 3 at once. Can you imagine? Oh, we're going to do the thing, like the 11-12 season, or, sorry, the season before, or maybe even prior, where it was like, was it Kolarov, Silva, Torre, and someone else all at once? I can't remember who the other one was, and they're all holding their shirts. We're going to recreate that picture. Big up. That's fine. It's a good chat. Sometimes it's interesting to go away from football, man. There we go. A degree in politics at Kim YouTube instead of debating college students. I think you felt life. Yeah, fairs, man. PSG's close. PSG's next week, man. Isn't it next Tuesday? Am I being stupid? I feel like it's next Tuesday. Was it Boateng? Was that the last one? Matches. Bishop sounds like a dog. He's just an idiot. And if you're a Ben Shapiro fan, unsubscribe, honestly. 22nd of Jan, we play. 22nd of Jan, PSG. Twin Vikings. If you want to get Shapiro's cock out your mouth, that'd be great. So that is next Wednesday, isn't it? That is literally next Wednesday, so it's soon. So in 2 games' time. So yeah, it is close. It is close for PSG. So why can't he be on the bench? Why not? Why can't he be on the bench for that? Again, don't know if he'd start, but we can have him on the bench for fun. Do you think Kusanov is worth... Do you think Kusanov is worth in main team or substitute team? Says Johnny. I'd be very surprised if he started as the main boy, to be honest, Johnny. He's now... Oh, AM, is it because of the UEFA rules? Oh my god, the registration. Oh my god, are we not allowed to, like, throw him in? I thought the rule was something like you could have 3 extra players or something. Is that not a thing? Is that not the rule? Is that not the thing? Is that not the situation? I don't know. But either way, on Kusanov, he's going to be not in the main team immediately. But one of him or Diaz basically got to start all the time. Sainz can't play. I thought that we could register them. Hello? Basically, Dave, he's an idiot. That's all you need to know. I thought it was open. I thought you could register 3 players. I don't know. Lawn plays the Champions League. I thought they changed that rule, though. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know what the rules are anymore. I don't know. Maybe I got it wrong. We can have him in knockout, says Puneet. Oh, okay. Well, that's a shame. Well, there goes my dreams. There go my dreams. Signers can play. They are club tied since no of the 3 play for Champions League teams. But Lon are. We can only add 3 more to Champions League. Marmoush, midfielder, and then Kusanov or Hayes or Cambiasso. Johnny, big up to Uzbekistan, man. Big up to them. Oh, I don't know them. I don't know then, guys. That's a shame. That's a shame. So what? He'll be on the bench for Chelsea then, I suppose. He'll be on the bench for the Chelsea game. We're officially losing to Bruges. I thought we'd be able to field one of them or multiple, but apparently not. That's such a shame. PSG and Bruges are technically in the knockouts for us, says Sarthak. Oh. I don't know. We'll see. It remains to be seen. Either way, I don't think it's even if he could play against PSG, I don't think he'd start, and he might not even see a minute anyway. He could maybe see some action against Chelsea, but even then, do you really want to throw him in against Chelsea and thereafter Arsenal? We do play Leyton Orient after that one. Maybe that'd be more realistic. I don't know. My wish medical done. I have no idea, Puneet. No idea, mate. Hopefully soon, though. Hopefully soon. And that would be a lovely thing. Belair for the midfield would be lovely. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Big up to hopefully not losing to Bruges. Bob is training in Feb, right? Bob is training in Feb. Or rather, he's back in training. He's back in training and should be available in Feb. Bob is now a celebrity in Uzbekistan, yeah. Oh, yeah. Walker gone in Jan. Looks like AC Milan. I don't know what AC Milan are playing out there. Low fat Moffat, if that is true. That's bizarre. Oh my god, has Dennis Law passed away? Really? Just trying to find a thing. I can't see that. Oh my god. Oh, what a shame. Dennis Law passed away at the age of 84. Aw. Well, that's sad. Jesus. First book, now Law. God, that's not even that old. 84. Well, that's sad. I'm going to do a cheeky tweet. Of course I'm going to have him in his City kit, you know. That's where he was first, by the way. He was at City before United and then after. What a boy, man. That's such a shame. Can we get like doves and RIPs in the chat for Dennis Law? That's really sad. The back heel. Yeah, exactly. I was good just about to do that. His back heel goal will never be forgotten. Never be forgotten. Rip. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Dennis Law. That's so sad, man. Oh. Were you? Really? That's great. You were there when the goal happened. That's class, man. That's so cool. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? What did you make of the goal when you were watching it? Were you like, oh, I can't believe he's done it? I've scared you off. Why? No, Dave, you shouldn't be scared of it. The video is supposed to highlight the positives and the negatives. Oh. Yeah, he played. Yeah, he actually. So we signed him. Can't remember the club we signed him from, but we signed him. He then went to Italy. I think he played for Sampdoria in Italy. It was a big fee. We sold him for a lot of money as well. I think it was Sampdoria. Not 100% on that. And then he went from that Italian club to United, and then obviously won the Champions League, etc., etc. And then came back to City. I don't think he went straight from United to City. I think he may have been another club and then again. I can't remember exactly, but that's a thing. Marmouche isn't complete yet. It was prevented from playing dormant state as they're finalizing the deal. Okay, great to see. Yeah, back heel never forgotten. No, no, I meant in the 74, mate. How old are you now? Sorry, how old were you at the time? Yeah, Rick Turnbuckle, Daniel Law. That's crazy. Why do I keep losing like footballing legends? I'm gonna say, I'm gonna do like a nice sort of, you know, what's it thing. Dwight Cole, thank you for subscribing, mates. He's a legendary figure for both City, for both United and City, or for both Manchester clubs, maybe. I think that reads a bit better. It's just nice to do a thing in it. That's very sad, though. Very sad. He looked good in that old United. I tell you what, you know, I know you shouldn't say it, but I do like the old United kit where it's just like, you know, red in the thing. That is nice. I can't lie. Can't lie, won't lie. His back wheel is not what I'm trying to say. His back heel. I can't spell. What's wrong with my brain? His back heel goal will never be forgotten. Legendary figure for both Manchester clubs. Rest in peace, Dennis Law. That's just sad, man. And he obviously won the Ballon d'Or as well, which is crazy. Bro, can we expect something like an Aguero moment again? I don't know. Yeah, it's a good point. When will the new sign be announced? I don't know. How many will Haaland get? We can't fail him. He needs to get like at least 2, maybe even 3. Why am I wearing red? Hey, I'm allowed to wear red. It's a good colour, ultimately. It's a good colour. It's a good shirt. I don't have the links, I'm afraid, mate. I don't have the links. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, rip. That's sad. It's very sad. Why do people have to die? Yeah, that's sad. Big up Dennis Law, man. Absolute boy. Absolute boy. Miss Nobbins just texted me, love the Ben Shapiro roast. Oh dear. Yeah, our best away kit's red as well, to be fair. In my view anyway. Red's the worst colour. Whoa. It's a good colour. It's a good colour. Right. Do we have any final thoughts? Hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's show. We focused on the Haaland extension and the transfer situation, but we also deviated into other areas, as we always do. Any final thoughts or comments? Yeah, it is a bad end. Sadly, it is a sour ending to the stream. We can't really bounce back from that, can we? Nor should we, to be honest. It should be a sour, sad ending, because someone has ultimately passed away, and that's a sad thing. I've had the European lad blocked for a minute because he's an idiot. So I don't know what he said, but do let me know. I mean, he literally should have won the Ballon d'Or in the year that he won the bloody treble. So if anyone's trying to say that he's not going to win it, it's like, well, mate, he should have won it that year. Exactly. I loved that. I loved that from Malcolm Allison. He was like, right, boys, we want to play like AC Milan. How are we going to do that? Dress like them. And hey, you know what's funny? We won the league title the first season we did that. So Malcolm was clearly onto something. Big up to him. Always good to see the Nobbins. You know, this isn't even my man cave. This is my studio. The man cave / playroom, whatever you want to call it, is the converted garage, which is obviously out there. I take Louise, asks Mitchell. I mean, he's all right in it, but he doesn't move me. You get me? He doesn't move me. Yeah, so what's this guy said? What's he said? Let me know. People think Spain owns football. No, not at all. 50 minutes after I added my eFootball squad, he passed away. It's sad indeed, absolutely. Elias asks, what do you think about the February fixtures? Arsenal, Leyton Orient, Newcastle, Liverpool, Spurs. Oh my god. Mate, what do you think I think of them? we're going to get twatted, aren't we? If we need players to come back from injury now, and we need these signings now, so it's good timing, in fairness. Didn't we play the Cup Winners' Cup final with red and black as well? I actually don't know, because the footage I know from it's in black and white. So I actually do not know. That footage against Gornik Zaps is in black and white, so I don't even know, mate. I'm sure there's photos of it. We're in the chat. Good point. Put some stripes on the t-shirt with a marker. Shut up. Oh dear. Yeah, Feb fixtures. It's looking long, boys and ladies and gentlemen. It is looking long. But hey, you know, mountains are there to be climbed and all that shite, as a famous philosopher Ole Gunnar Solskjaer once said. So you never know what's going to happen. Right, boys, I will reveal the other sign. I've been doing this enough, this stream. So I feel like it's time to call it a day. By the way, my sister said that if we can think of any other ideas, she'd be happy to make me more signs. I've currently got 2. I've got my fraud sign, and I've got my waffle sign. So if you guys can think of any more like buzz phrases that we could maybe use and hold up to shame people, let me know. I held this one up on Judge Mo's show. Because he was doing a lot of waffling. But yeah, she said that we can do whatever we want, basically. I've seen the photo. Maybe you have. Man City 1970. Or was it? Yeah, 1970 European Cup Winners' Cup. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, you're right. It is red and black. There you go. Nice. Yeah, you are absolutely spot on. Lovely. Yeah, peace out, boys and girls. Pep cigar sign. Yes, indeed. If you want a Pep cigar... Oh, no, wait. Oh, you want me to get a Pep cigar sign here? Oh, I see. I guess I could do that. But I've already got Pep smoking a cigar there. So I don't know if I need that. Can you play TM? Oh, God. Yeah, I saw that. That's wild. Right, guys, I'm going to head off. Thank you guys so much for joining. Really hope you enjoyed it. Apologies if anyone felt like I treated them like a baby in this stream. I apologize if I bullied my opinions onto you. I'll try to work on that. You know, and we'll see what we see. I'll be live. I won't be live tomorrow. I'm now going to go now, eat some food, and then work on... Oh, yeah, hopefully Elder got unbanned. Oh, Shush would be a good one. That would be a good one, yeah. I'm going to go work on the Marmouche video, and I'm going to be live on Sunday for the stream for the watch-along, and then there'll be a post-mortem. There won't be a show on Saturday because I need that time to work on the Marmouche video. That's wild, Moffat. I remember seeing the mental stats, something like we were the last team to win the English league with all English players, or something like that. I think that was right. I think that's right. Yeah, hit the likes on the way out. Thank you guys so much. Again, apologies if any of the facts in this stream hurt your feelings. I apologize for that. I'll try to work on that for next time. Until then, have a lovely rest of your evening. I'll see you on Sunday for the watch along. Goodbye, guys. Stay tuned for the Marmouche video.